This is the trigger warning for our show. Please understand that various monsters had various victims and hunted in various ways depending on the folklore, mythology, or stories that were told about them. Please understand that it is not our intent to upset you. You will be given other warnings and additional warnings depending on the episode, but this is our blanket statement. We didn't write the myths, but we are using them to tell our story. Also, this is the content warning for our show. There will be cursing. There will be some interesting ideas. We will take it in where we can, but be warned, there was beer involved.
What if I told you there is a world where not only are monsters like vampires and werewolves real, but they have rights, just like you and me. And in this world, there exists a secret government organization dedicated to keeping you safe and making sure they follow the rules. Welcome to Anarium, a Monster of the Week podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's me, Cameron, your favorite neighborhood podcaster guy, back with another episode of Anarium, a Monster of the Week podcast. Last time, our crew met most of the citizens of Terra, Nebraska, who are crammed into a high school gymnasium, unsure of what is happening to their town outside of this gymnasium. They just know that they woke up and the sun didn't rise one day, so they're a little confused, as I think most of us would be. The rest of the citizens, well, they're outside somewhere in a Amish community, we recently learned, and they don't really feel like they need to come in, so that's where our guys come in. Let's see what kind of plan our crew can devise to get these people into town.
Hi, I'm Sam, and welcome to Anarium. That's a world of my creation given life by Michael Sands' Monster of the Week. Of course, I've had help over the years, including these fine gentlemen, my players. Who are you?
What up, dub? It's Cameron. I play Bernard. Who else we got?
To my friends who don't presently see me on screen because I'm playing with my 1-month-old German Shepherd, or 1-year-old, excuse me.
I say 1 month,
I am
bro.
Rob. I play Orpheus. Yes, I got another one. No, man.
And
I'm
I'm
Rob.
Taylor.
I
I play Marcellus Corvinson, 1100-year-old vampire warlock.
And I'm crashing the game. This is Rick. I play Corbin Graves, a much younger vampire who is way cooler.
This is like your third episode, man. You're part of the show now.
What? Yeah, all right.
Oh, you can
did he
shapeshift?
just
I didn't
go
know
like?
that.
Did he just go John Cena and like Suicide Squad? I'm like you, but better in
I'm
every
like
way.
you, but
Is he
better.
He used
Peacemaker over
smaller
there?
bullets.
I'm much.
I didn't know you could shapeshift.
But he can't.
You're gonna.
Where we last left
There's-
off,
There's a pill for that.
performance issues are normal.
How
There's
many?
a statistic.
How many members of Zulu team have you slept with? Oh, 0.
I don't know if that's something you should be bragging about.
It's out of character.
Oh, fair. Okay. As we left off, our characters were tasked to go to the Amish community. It's a branch of the Amish faith. There are many. I don't think any of them will ever hear this, but I choose to try to
You'd be surprised.
all
Rumspringa.
encompassing. They are a member of that community, a branch of Amish. We will call them Amish, though that may not be quite what they are. You are going to their location to the east of town, where Chi is currently located, in an attempt to convince them to come into town so you can get them home safely. We will start off. You have been given access to the sheriff's SUV in an attempt to get where you were going a little bit more quickly. You have been given some basic directions on how to get where you are. You also know where Chi's coordinates are, as she gave them to you as she continued to move. She has let them know that someone is coming and has continued on. What would you gentlemen like to do?
Heading straight there and keeping an eye out on the way.
Before we leave, is there any flora by the school or wherever we met? Is there so much as a tree, a potted plant,
Traditional.
anything?
You've got grass, you've got bushes, you've got things that you would traditionally find on school grounds. Even in the town, I mean, there's trees and some of the islands in the sidewalks. I mean, the traditional town of, hey, let's not let this look like an entirely industrialized clump of concrete, because it is more of a, we'll say, farm community. I don't think that's unfair.
Trees
to
have
say.
eyes, walls have ears. On the flora there.
Okay. Is that a given, or do you have to give me a roll?
You may touch any object made of a natural material, such as wood or stone, and conspicuously mark it. At any point, I may tune into the object. I can see, hear, smell out of it, losing all my current senses when I do so. It may be magically dispelled if detected. I can only have one at a time. So I just kind of got to touch a tree on the way by.
Okay. You have a sentinel. You have a tree that is by the school where you can keep an eye on what's going on.
Little
It
magic
doesn't even have to be
security
the
cam.
tree. Even if there's a rock right by the door, that's enough.
I said it was a tree, Rob. You have a
Just-
tree.
Jesus.
I want to cast this on the golem is what I'm getting at.
Poor Izzy.
Okay.
A golem that looks like you.
At the moment, yes. You guys started heading out toward the Amish community, and as you kind of get outside of town, you're noticing that this place is dead. This is eerily quiet, eerily dark. Like, there are no lights but what your vehicle is creating, and the shadows and the red and blue lights on top of the vehicle they're creating. It's an atmosphere that some of you have never experienced before. You feel entirely, completely alone.
Have any of you ever dealt with velociraptors before? Well, keep your eyes out. They are not a joke.
Stay out of the tall grass. You guys will continue on until you reach this community, the coordinates that you were given by Chi before she left. As you arrive, it is a home. There's a barn attached to it, and from the barn you can hear the continued singing, possibly some lighting. In the Amish faith, they don't really have a organized church, but they go from home to home, and this individual must have been someone of importance, as they've decided that this is where they would come in case of an emergency. As your car pulls up, there are people outside. No firearms, maybe a pitchfork or an axe. Clearly not a violent community. What would you guys like to do?
As I said, Bernard is trying to be a little more serious now, and I think he is he's not like aiming any sort of gun, but I think he's gonna hang back on this one and just kind of let things unfold.
Are there horses?
You'll need to enroll to investigate a mystery for that. I can't give you too much.
This is my horse. My horse is amazing.
You rolled a 6.
That's a fail.
Is that experience?
That's experience.
Oh boy.
Okay, and I have not been paying attention, and I'm bad at this, but now I am.
How long have we been playing?
Well, and also I just kind of
8 months.
some of this stuff that we were rolling wasn't gonna matter, so I kept it to myself a little bit. But now I feel like some shit's gonna happen soon, probably. So I'm
Hopefully.
gonna bring up kids these days, which is a move I have. I believe that I have had the hardest life out of anyone, and that everyone needs to learn from my clearly infinite wisdom.
Oh no.
And if another hunter fails in action, or is this something I would even know? Because he's investigating. It's a fail, so I want to ask.
I'll give it to you, depending on how interesting this gets.
Okay. So if another hunter fails in action, and I am aware of said, I'm aware. So I don't.
Well, I'm looking around. I'm like, oh,
He's like sticking his head out the
Okay.
window like a dog
yeah, exactly.
and not getting anything.
I would roll act under pressure. So I had try this move, and I think I've done it once. This is a 7. And actually, the question is
I believe that's cool.
cool. +2, so that's a 9.
I audibly go.
And so if I get on a +10, I not only manage to hold back my lecturing, but I can give a +1 ongoing with some handy advice. I'm dealing with said failure. On a 7 and 9, I don't say anything. So we got the most boring outcome.
All right.
On a fail, you go into a long-winded back in my day lecture. Both you and the hunter you are chewing out get a -1. So nothing happened. That was fun.
We took a moment. It was important.
We learned how that works.
Times.
So I go, where are all the horses? But my head's out the window, so nobody hears it.
Bernard's in the back like,
You want to say back in my day, horses were really easy to spot.
As you gentlemen arrive, I don't know where to go with that. As you gentlemen arrive, presumably you stop the vehicle. You all begin to get out. A gentleman walks towards you, probably late 40s, early 50s. Well put together, but clearly a man who works. Walks forward to you and says, "My name is Jacob Samuelson. This is my land. This is my home. Can I help you?"
Yes, Jacob. We are here to let you know that it's time to come to the gymnasium. There is a very big occurrence happening. And
Oh, I know that. It's the end of
entire
times.
city.
The sun
the
did not
city's
rise
being-
this morning.
Yeah, the city's being evacuated. So everyone needs to get to the gymnasium so the evacuations can start. I apologize. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Special Agent Marcellus Corvinson, and I am one of the team leads on the rescue. We have
Bernard
large
in the back
vehicles
again, kind of tapping
to
the
get everybody
station.
out. So
I understand why you're here, Special Agent. But me and my people don't need your help. We will wait out this emergency as we always have. God will protect us, as he always has.
I understand your belief system. However, this is something that it's been declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is mandatory.
Mandatory is an interesting word, Agent Corvinson.
Maybe I should rephrase. Evacuation is for your safety and your family's safety, because there is something causing this phenomenon that we have only seen once, and it caused quite a panic. And
As God's will normally does.
Hey,
Okay.
can I just interject here and say
And who are you?
hi? I'm Corbin Graves. So the whole sun not coming up thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just your city.
What?
Yeah. So can we go to the gym? Because it's up everywhere else. It's kind of a localized, this place isn't good anymore thing, not a world-ending thing.
So, based on what you've told me, the sun is up at the gym.
No, the sun is up outside of your town.
Interesting. So, you were saying that we are being punished as our town alone. Why would I flee that punishment if it's God's will?
No, I'm saying something. We're investigating it. Not God.
I don't need to investigate it, Mr. Graves.
That's me. We're investigating it. Something not God has decided that.
Oh, I
Terra,
assure you, something
Nebraska.
of this momentum would be based upon God and his will. Perhaps punishing those in town for their sins.
Sir,
Agents, you do not know
Satan?
if this was
I
a
thought
god
the
or not.
devil was the punisher. Doesn't God reward the good?
I can tell you have not read your Bible, sir. God punishes those he deems worthy of punishment.
Okay.
I gotta agree with that deputy dude. These hippies kind of suck.
Shut up, Bernard.
He put his hands up and all right.
All right. Is there a way I can contact the sheriff?
You could probably use the radio. Well, no. Well, we will say.
She said they have ham radios.
No.
They have some radios. You could use the radio in
Damn.
the truck. We will say that this area is designed that you can get a hold of her based on the radio in the truck pinging off a tower at the sheriff's station.
I'm gonna be like, Sheriff Durant, come in.
Yes.
Hi, it's Corbin Graves again. As you can imagine, they don't want to come. Is there somebody on your end that can talk to this Jacob Samuelson guy?
I have to inform you, Special Agent Graves, if someone could talk to them in any capacity and not be completely rejected, they probably wouldn't still be out there now.
Roger that, over now.
All right, I think Bernard kind of wants to step forward at this point and just say like, okay, look, sorry for what I said. Maybe you have something that you can teach people just like me. Now, I understand that you guys are accepting, even if this is a punishment, but there are a lot of people who aren't. Do you think that maybe you could come with us and help people understand what's happening? Because we have a lot of scared people back at this gym. You seem to be handling it a lot better.
Give me a charm roll.
Okay, well, that's not my strong suit.
As it is not. Yeah, you're gonna level up this game.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He looks at you and says, they had their opportunity to accept what was happening to them. We've chosen to stay where we are. If you're looking to be helpful, there is a family that has not come in. One of their children, young Liam, is here. His father is Elmer. Elmer Lapp was the former head of our group. He is older and does not get around as well. If you could go to the Lapp farm with his son's guidance, Liam, we would greatly appreciate that. And then after fetching him, you can go back to the town and deal with them as you see fit. If I were you, I might stay away. I don't know your religious proclivities, but what's happening here is, I assure you, brought on by the way these people have lived their lives. I am confident that we will be safe here in our own.
I'm inclined to just go do this thing. That's what I would like to go do. Like that's actually Bernard is like actively like he's walking back up to us.
Now you're not the fun one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Bernard wants to
I
be
literally
back
said
out
like
in the field
I
dealing
turned
with
to
demons.
Bernard to get him on, like, maybe we could. Oh, he's gone.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Bear in mind that if you do this with this individual, and it succeeds, which you may roll incredibly well, that is where he holds your standing, and it turns into, does he test what you're saying and see how on your level you are, on his level that you are?
I mean, we got a dude who turns into a tree, a dude who turns into a bird, a guy with a shotgun axe.
It's your choice as players. I cannot
Yeah,
guide
a lot of
you
people
one way or
thought
the
Michael
other.
had a sword. It was actually a fucking shotgun
If
axe.
Bernard is already headed back to the car, he's like, and he's not in, so I'm not either.
I got no one to run this by. I'm not in. I'm doing it. Young man comes out of the barn, dressed much like everyone else in plain colors. No suspenders, no facial hair, probably shoulder-length hair. Wearing browns, whites. You notice inside that, like, it's not quite the traditional Amish regalia garb, but they are definitely sitting around inside of this barn, and they are praying. And these people, though nervous, have a sense of calm about them because of their belief, their faith.
And I can roll for this, or I just want to ask one more time. Can we hear? Does this all sound like normal? Just praying. This is nothing weird, nothing off.
Given your history based on your backstory, having once been devout in a faith, these are hymns from the Bible.
Okay. I wanted to give that one more go. I was just like, is this somebody? Because we don't know. I had her name written down. Was it Chi? We don't know that. What maybe it sounds normal to her, but maybe it sounds off to me a little bit.
These are hymns from the Bible.
Okay.
God
All
is good like he should.
Young man
except when he
comes up
decides
and
we
he
should all
goes,
die.
"Hey, my name's Liam, and if you're willing to come and help me save my grandfather from our homestead, that would be really great. But I got to tell you, it's way faster if we cut through the cornfields. And I also have to tell you that the last time I cut through the cornfields, some pretty horrible shit came at me. So, like, if you can keep me safe, I can take you there."
We can do that. Last time I went through a cornfield, some pretty fucked up shit happened to me too. So I'm right there with you.
He looks at you guys and he's like, "Yeah, I can't ride in that vehicle."
Can you ride outside of it?
Just strap him to the hood.
I can
He
hold
looks vaguely annoyed at your question, and he's like, "No, my faith prohibits me, and our horses got spooked the first morning, and we don't have them at the moment."
That's where they went. I'll walk with him.
How do you feel about bats?
What?
No, I didn't say that.
They're furry and squeaky. What do you want from me?
Dogs of the sky.
So the kid, terrified of this cornfield, but you're gonna have to walk him through it to get him home. He looks at you guys. And he's like, "Hey, there's something out here, and it's not normal. It's really, really fast. It killed some of our livestock. I think it's dangerous."
Cool.
Is it like a dinosaur?
This kid has never seen
Maybe-
Jurassic Park and didn't go to school long enough to learn about velociraptors, which were actually
He
the size
probably
of a
turns around and is like,
Are we
that's
already
a,
in the
That's
cornfield?
fake.
that's a
I
lot.
That's a
assume
lie.
if you guys want, you can take a moment on the threshold of cornfield before you enter if there's anything you want to do or say or partake in. It is
Well,
at
there's
least-
something I want to do, just not in this kid's
No,
view.
you know what? Hang out. I'll go check it out.
I want to pray with the Amish for a minute and just use that prayer to focus back on the school, see if I hear or see anything of particular importance.
So Orpheus enters the barn where all the families are. They all look at you. Some of them in shock, some of them in surprise, some of them
Shouldn't like me.
Well, they don't dislike you. It's you're an outsider, and that's kind of how they're gonna view you no matter what. Some of them see an annoyance. Some of them think of you as, "Oh, well, this outsider's come here and thinks he's gonna save us. He's not." Whereas you can tell, some of these people probably wouldn't mind going with you.
Not as steadfast in their belief as.
I mean, in any religion, faith can falter.
Yeah.
So it's some of them are welcoming, some of them aren't. Look at any community.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say not as steadfast in their belief, where he's like, yeah, like I totally believe in all that, but like, I don't think we gotta like just die just cause. Like we could.
I mean, there are some people who recognize being in a gymnasium with 600 people,
Yeah.
it's far safer
better idea.
than in this barn with 80 of them.
Yeah, with no horses.
Okay, so you reach out to the tree, and you get this sense of the school. Things seem to be going pretty normal. You can sense that the twins are keeping things under control. They are using a calming spell to create a sense of ease amongst the people that are there so they don't panic. One of them has started kind of going around and sort of where medical aid is needed, people who maybe are diabetic and don't have the insulin they need, they're using some magic quietly, discreetly to help them. Oh, it's a wet rag, and then they whisper a few words, and they're okay. Medically, they rebalance themselves. These small things that are starting to crop up just due to being someplace for a handful of hours has started to happen. They have not ran any of the generators except for the ones on the roof for the spotlights, and even then, they run it for about 20 minutes an hour. and then they shut them off because they're starting to run low on fuel.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone seem to be bothered that they saw me leave, but I am still there, but quiet?
Not particularly. Izzy is going to stay in that vehicle until there is something for him to smash. Izzy knows that he is kind of the brute force of the team. He is there when there is a problem. He is there when someone needs to be protected. But ultimately, he's going to watch the vehicle. He just happens to look like you at the moment.
They are there.
They are there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry, it's... When I originally made the character that they were androgynous, I figured, oh, it's like Korg. It's a big rock guy. And then I was like, well, if they're androgynous, I probably should call them they or them. That's more respectful. So, yeah, Izzy is doing their thing.
Cool.
Situation under control, except for yours.
I do have a question. I would like to... Is there a way I can do, like, a magical sense to see if this is, like, a curse?
Yeah, investigate a mystery. All right, so you get to ask...
20 minutes there.
You get to ask your keeper a question, and that it's okay. Is this a curse? This is not a curse.
Okay.
This is magically based. It is a spell, but it is not a curse set upon this town, in the manner of which you are looking.
Okay. Damn. Okay. I wanna walk into the cornfield before the kid does.
Oh yeah,
About
that was my idea too.
probably 30 feet. And I'm going to shift into a dire wolf.
Okay.
And that way I can smell, hear, and see anything that's out here before it gets to anybody else.
Okay.
I wanna go with him, and I'm like, you hang out with the kid, and
A giant dire wolf is not hanging out with the kid.
No,
That will terrify
Bernard.
the child.
Bernard, hang out. If you hear like yo, that means hey, come on out. If you hear gunfire, that means run to us.
Means help.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You guys have entered that cornfield, and you start moving toward the direction that Liam guided you in. As you enter the cornfield, Marcellus, you definitely smell something that I would call dirty. Something that smells like rotten meat. Sorry. Something that smells like rotten meat. Something that definitely smells like recent death. Whether that be human or animal.
I know it is.
What?
I know it's an Eldritch Knight already. I'm already irritated about it.
Don't be too irritated. I didn't go that big that fast.
Okay. Okay. Can I smell in what direction it's coming from?
This is a smell that permeates this cornfield. Fuck you, Nat. Get off my microphone. I'll kill you. I see you, little bitch. Get you. There you go. Cool. You smell this in an area around you. Due to smell and hearing, there's probably going to be more than one of whatever it is.
How close is Graves on me? Is he like right on me?
I'm close enough that I saw you turn into a dog, so I'm not like, oh god, a dog.
When you see me do it all the time.
I have no respect for this corn, by the way. I'm trampling down a path as we go.
Oh yeah. I don't think a dire wolf's worried about the corn either.
Fuck this corn, and that stalk specifically.
Fuck corn!
It's just punching corn cobs.
It's good to know that's the
okay,
stance of this
so-
podcast.
I'm gonna shift back real quick and inform him, hey,
Yep.
there's a lot of something dead around us.
Oh yeah.
Very,
Awesome.
very bad.
Go ahead, roll to investigate a mystery.
It's 9. I'm not as old as him, but I imagine I've seen weirder stuff.
Depends. You guys have both been in this business for a long time. It wouldn't be odd to either one of you. 9. Okay. Not to the extent that he did, but with a vampire's senses, you can smell blood and death around, but it seems to be moving. And now you're starting to hear corn stalks move around you.
Oh, I'm stomping them down even more. No.
The kid, back with Bernard and Orpheus, they're walking along. You are making good time. Footpath, you probably have 2 or 3 miles to go to get to this kid's homestead. But you're making good time, but the kid is insanely nervous.
Okay, I'd like to roll to investigate too. Do I hear anything?
Do it. Roll to investigate a mystery.
2. You don't hear shit.
That's a 9.
It's the best roll you've had all night.
It is.
Sharp.
Okay, 9.
There's something real close, and it is paying very good attention to you and your fellowship.
Okay. Who? How many people are with us? Who's with us?
It's you, Orpheus, and the kid. Marcellus and Corbin are out in the corn. Nearby.
Orpheus is in the barn.
Orpheus is in the barn. We didn't bring the plant.
No, I thought he
guy.
did come. He went into the barn, but he left with you guys.
No.
So it's just me and this kid?
Orpheus, did you come with us?
I didn't really say anything after I kind of walked into the barn to pray. Nobody came to grab me. I would say...
Yes, you are alone with a child in the middle of a cornfield being stalked.
Okay. Then I think
That was punny. I see what you did there.
if we didn't, well, we didn't specify. If he's not in between us, I'm gonna kind of like pull him, just kind of like, hey, why don't you, what are you into, man? Why don't you tell me what some of your favorite things are? Just kind of get him talking about something positive.
Kid looks at you and says, God, family, do you know what's out there?
Lighting candles.
Corn. There's lots of corn, my buddies.
Did you just say bleeding Kansas? Did you just pull
No, I
civil?
said lighting candles.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm gonna,
Lighting candles.
I'm gonna call back. Yo, Bernard, do you smell that? To test if a normal human
I don't
would
think
also
I
be
would.
picking it up.
Yeah, you're outdoors, big cornfield, whatever it is. It may be close, but you don't have that kind of keen sense.
No, I wouldn't think so. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I smell lots of corn, buddy. Yep, just like you. That's what I smell. Just here with the kid. He's a little nervous, but just let him know there's nothing out there that at least nothing we can't handle. Probably just a big animal, right?
From in front of you, something steps out of the corn into the road that you can see down. It is vaguely humanoid. The legs appear more something that of a kangaroo. Large, muscular, shaped in such a way to move quickly and jump. Skin colors pallid, grayish white. As you continue to look up, you can see that it tends to hold its arms elbow in, hands out in front of it. Its hands are covered in blood, very large talons. As you continue to see up, you get to around where its face is at. And instead of seeing what you're expecting, it's a very large mouth, filled with incredibly sharp teeth. Gore is spread across it. Dare I ask, but it is not a velociraptor, and that's not how you spell velociraptor, as you see in it. This thing in front of you has eyes, but they are very small slits. They almost glow in the night as if it has a form of night vision. It has no ears, it has no nose, it has no hair. It stands in front of you and it makes a clicking noise, and then you hear a response from further back.
I think I would say like, all right, boys, we got one.
Ray, come in, Ray.
I think I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna pull the kid in like close to me,
Okay.
I'm kind of ducking down. I've got him
by the way.
almost in between my arms, like I'm protecting him, and I might even motion to Orpheus, like I've got him.
Orpheus isn't there.
Oh wait, I thought we said he was.
No.
He stayed back in the
I would
barn.
be content with leaving the barn now.
I'm gonna
coming up behind.
finger to ear and go animal or other.
I'd say other. Pretty firmly other.
Corbin's just gonna pop the claws out.
Explain what your claws look like for our audience. What is this? What are we seeing?
So the finger bones grow, just break through the skin. The meat comes a little bit. I guess it's not meat; it's just tendons in a finger, right?
Into the mic, not to me. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I understand it's a hard thing to break, but I want the audience to hear what you're saying. Well played.
The finger bones grow, just break through the skin. The tendons of the finger grow a little bit more.
You're looking
7-8 inches
worth of
past
extra
fingernail.
bone
Yeah,
finger.
just like claws, fingers, thumbs.
For everyone at home, you can barely see any separation between his fingers, and he said that was 7 or 8 inches.
Boo.
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 Boo. You know, like a foot or two. And just, he goes, okay, and tears ass back to Bernard. Because if there's something weird enough, it's not gonna break the veil to also be something weird.
All right, nope, that's fair.
I can obviously see what's in front of us.
Mind you, you are in a cornfield, and not
Well,
an
I'm
empty
saying
one.
that
We're in front of
you
them.
said something stepped out and you described it.
Yes,
front of
to
Bernard.
Bernard.
So it's
Oh,
in
for
between
Bernard.
us. Yeah, we're in the front making a trail.
Oh, so it's behind us.
It is
Yeah.
behind you guys. Sorry.
So I like.
But I've
Okay.
heard it with supernatural here.
Well, I guess realizing I am alone, and like I said, I did kind of say that I was kind of like crying around him. So I want to say I kind of stand up a little bit, and I'm actually going to start kind of stepping away from him, and I'm going to use my one ugly motherfucker move, which for those who don't remember, it's well, I can't talk to monsters outside of fighting. I can sure as hell make them feel bad via harsh insults. So if I'm fighting a monster, oh wait, I don't know, can it understand my speech, or is that something I shouldn't be allowed to know? Would I have to know that?
Give it a try. See how it goes.
Okay. So we'll just go ahead and roll, and then we'll see what happens.
You tell me what you do, then you roll, and we'll see what happens.
Well, it's, I guess, okay. So I'm
what
gonna
happens?
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna tell him that no matter what, my insult doesn't change. I'm gonna say, "You are one ugly motherfucker," and I'm just kind of stepping away.
Okay, do your roll.
Oh my god. It's a 3 and it's charm too. That's my worst. So that's a -2. So that's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
The
dirty
creature understands that you are threatening it.
And that's a level up.
Understands you are threatening it, and it charges you.
Okay.
What do? You're the first of our actions. It is charging you, and it is fast. Earlier, where Troy mentioned tracks great distances, these kangaroo legs are making this thing move.
I'm going to shoot and then try to roll out of the way away from the kid.
Depends on how well you roll. Give it a
Sure
shot.
too.
Would you say that it moves fast like a car?
Like a kangaroo, Rick.
Like a kangaroo. Kangaroos are pretty.
That's a 8. And plus, what would that be?
You're tough.
Oh, that's an 11.
You unload both barrels of this thing. You do... Ooh, no, 10. But it's still good. You got a -1 because it's new.
Okay.
It's a 10. You hit it square. You rolled a 10, which means you get one of the extra of one-offs. They are all behind you, laminated. You rolled a 10 on kick some ass, which means you get some additives. Not the advanced, but additives. What would you like to do?
Inflict terrible harm.
Well, I was gonna say that, or what I wanted to ask was, can I give it? It has another hunter, so I couldn't give +1 to the kid.
Not particularly. Not
Okay.
in this situation. He's not helping you fight.
Right.
He's someone to be
Right.
protected.
That's why I paused. Like, I don't think I can do that, but that's what I would like to do, but I don't think I can. So, and we're in a cornfield, so I mean, I don't even know what force them where I want them would be, really, other than
Think
Actually-
about how
actually-
would you control the situation if you could.
Actually, I think that's what I want to do. I want to put it to where that thing. I'm back between the monster and the kid. I want to force it to where
so you've
I'm
hit it in such a way where it's taken the hit, and it's flown back a little bit because it was closing its gap
Yeah.
midair, but you are still between it and the child. Corbin and Marcellus, you guys can decide what order you want to go in.
I imagine they heard that shot.
But you heard the shot. You are aware of their location.
While I'm still behind it, I wanna get it because I'm sneaky. I took that from
Sneaky boy.
the flake. So I'm just gonna jump on the bastard.
All right, jump in and do claws. Give me a roll.
Yep. Oh, I used my weird. What was 10?
You also get to look and do what you want to do with it.
Inflict terrible harm.
So
How much damage are you doing with your claws?
4, and I'm ignoring armor.
Jesus Christ, that's fair.
Um,
I will warn. I will let you know before you pick something, unless you just want it to be like super cool evisceration.
Uh-huh.
It's dead.
Okay. I will give one forward to Bernard,
Okay.
and then I have a question.
Yes.
At least gets me back to a net or just a negative or a equal. 'Cause
What's the blood like? Because like a vampire's fangs, or at least mine, little holes in them, little teeth straws. Claws do the same. I can drink through my claws.
Are you gonna drink it?
I'm gonna test it. Like, is it blood or is it like a
I mean, it's
gooey
this creature's blood.
alien slurry? Is it?
It is not in any way what you are used to, and the magic sustenance that is in blood that allows you to survive past death is not in here.
Okay, that's.
It's
Okay.
blood, but it is not sustenance
It's
for
not
you.
good. Cool.
This thing's dead. He jumps on its back, digs his claws in, and presumably rips its rib cage out its back.
Yep. Just.
okay.
However, as it dies, it screams, and 4 other screams are heard in the cornfield.
I scream back.
I think I think Bernard's like, kid, over here. And again, I kind of motion him to come back to me.
Marcellus, what would you like to do? Mind you, at the moment, you don't actually know where any of these things are. You have a general idea, which means anything that you do is probably involving trying to attack them is going to give you a -2. You have no idea where they are. Though, yes, you have vision and you can see, you are attacking into nowhere. It would be like throwing punches in the dark. Despite your ability to see, you have no idea where they are.
Can I hear them moving?
You can hear him screaming.
Roll to read a bad situation.
Yeah. $13.
I don't know why I ever doubted it. You are vaguely aware of where they are at. Your negatives will now be diminished to a -1. You can find them in this cornfield. It would not be difficult for you to roll to kick some ass and actually hit something at this moment.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Presumably you take after something. You have a general location, and you go to attack it. Roll to kick some ass with a -1.
10.
Every time. All right, what do you want to pick? You've got some things to do here on a 10+ with kick some ass.
I'm gonna inflict terrible harm, so +1 harm.
How much harm are you causing?
It's my bite attack, so it's
All of it.
+1, so 5.
Yeah, this thing goes down pretty easy. It drops.
Is it dead?
Oh, it's gone. You've killed it. They are not particularly strong. They're just traditionally they travel in packs, which is what Bernard, Corbin, and the child will deal with now. Back at start. 3 more of them have appeared towards you, coming at you. You are being charged. What do you do, Bernard? Or Corbin, for that
Get
matter.
the kid out of here.
You say that to me?
Oh yeah. I'm standing there with giant, huge, sharp fingers that are covered in. Is it red blood?
We will say that it is more of a greenish ichor.
Yeah.
And they're charging me specifically. Or they're coming at us.
They are charging at the three of you who are standing together.
Okay. Then I'm going to kind of pick the kid up, like, on a hip. And I'm going to be, like, backing up. I don't want to turn my back, but I'm going to be backing up until I feel it safe to run with my gun pointed, kind of backing away from the situation to get out of there.
I would like to approach right before he turns around and just like put a hand on his spine. What's going on?
Hey, dude, what's going on?
Are you actually saying something to me?
You guys left me in the fucking barn. I hate you.
Yeah, pretty much that. Like,
Oh,
not
okay, yeah.
really sure what's going
If he can
on. Yeah.
be here, okay, then I think I'll say, I just feel like there's some, I don't know, some shit out here, man. I got to get these kids out of here, or this kid out of here. Can you help them?
With?
The monsters over there. I don't know, they got like green blood and shit. Sorry, kid. Do people cuss in front of you? It's fine. You just watched me kill something.
This kid is like wetting his pants in fear.
Yeah.
Like he knew they were out there. He did not know what they looked like. He just keeps gibbering the word demons to himself. That includes Corbin too.
I got to get this kid out of here. Can you at least just actually, you know what? Maybe I, instead of saying help them, like can you watch our back? Can you make sure we get out of here safe?
Which we?
Well, if you didn't see him on your way in, let's go the way you just came.
I guess back to the barn with the kid and Bernard.
Yep.
Are you guys turning and running?
I would like to run, but I think it would. He's gonna have to play his own character. Like I would like to run and use him. Like you watch, you make sure we can get out of here.
I just
That's
really
the most
imagine.
D&D loaded question I've ever heard. Are you turning around to run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
It's
nothing.
like I hope he
You
understands.
disengage.
Like by me asking him to watch our back, that he's not turning his back because that's not watching my back. But that's what I was trying to ask. So yeah, I would say Bernard is starting to run, and I've said what I've said, and I hope.
Orpheus, what are you gonna do? You hope. That's a good term.
Yeah.
Hope.
He's
Yeah, if-
literally watching his back as he's running.
Yeah, I have to turn around and literally keep my eyes affixed on his back. And
As you both turn to run with this kid, two more of these things come out of the corn from behind you. You were surrounded. You attempt to make it past them. One of them does reach out and hit you.
Okay.
You will take 3 harm.
You got a greed bag.
That's for ghosts. You're
Yeah.
also wearing armor. If I recall,
Oh, yeah.
you did armor up before we
Yeah.
left.
So
and
minus
there's 2
2.
armor.
So
there's
minus
2.
2,
so-
you take 1. Now, for the first time ever, we have to have a discussion about what unstable means. We have options. In the base game, the idea is that I punish you whenever I feel like it to make you unstable. I can, most likely for me, it would be every time you roll a failure of any kind, you would receive damage, or at an inopportune time, you would receive damage. We can also go a different route. I can make it so that you take -1 for every level of unstable that you are. If you reach the maximum level of unstable, you die. Or we can go an interesting route that's not something that's as easy but will be easy for us to keep track of. Instead of rolling 2d6s, you can roll 2d4s. As a group, what would we like to do? Because this will change the way we play the game going forward.
Speaking of
I
loaded
feel like the
questions.
2d4s, like, yeah, you can still get an 8, you can still do something good, but that's just way more potentially harmful than just taking a -1.
It's
Yeah, I'd
-1
rather
to
have the
start,
-1.
but you would take up to -4 depending on how unstable you are.
I'd rather have
Yeah,
that.
but you're not taking that out the gate.
All right. I'm giving you an option
Okay.
as players. We originally discussed the negatives for unstable.
I appreciate it. I'm just speaking my
Nope,
opinion.
that's fine.
loudly.
That's what I want to hear, because however we decide to do this now is how we do it going
It's
forward.
canon.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say with the minuses
Okay.
be the
Yep,
best.
and I'm fine with that.
That means that as we continue on, that is part of your responsibility to remember that you are at that negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
For everything below normal, those last 4 bars, you can take up to a -4 depending on where your health's at.
Okay.
Okay.
You are at a -1. The reason for that is because these creatures have a tag that I created called Dirty. It has hit you with a
Jeez, yeah.
claw covered in gore and old blood, and it has infected your wound. It is
So
incredibly
you're at a
painful.
0.
So at the moment, you are at a -1 unstable tag. Mind you, you all have a health kit. There are health kits back at the gym where the vehicle is. Gertrude has a healing area. It's nothing that's going to kill you. Magic can cure it. A medkit can cure it. But at the moment, you are at a -1 ongoing until that wound is dealt with. So though no,
But he also got that +1 ongoing from Corbin, so he's just at
he
regular.
got a +1 forward, correct?
Oh, forward, yeah, to another hunter.
Take +1 forward or give +1 forward, which means on your next roll, you'll still get that +1, but you only get it on your next roll. After that, you will be at the -1 for being clawed by a dirty critter.
Okay, and I want to ask.
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention, and you went through all of that, so I'm not going to try to
I
even use
wasn't
the
paying
first
attention
one.
at all.
But I haven't reached my prime as a move that I have. And
Yes.
the first one would be to ignore incoming harm from a monster. But because I didn't say that quick enough, I'm not going to try to use it now.
Well, that depends. I kind of cut you off.
Well,
If you want to use it, I will allow it. The decision still stands. That is up to you. I would allow that. Because I instantly went into, okay, if you've been hit, then this is what we need to discuss, and we went off on our sidebar. But if that is
Okay.
something you would like to use, we can do that. You did a weird little hop skip, and it missed.
Okay, and would you like to, for when I'm doing the episode, would you like me to cut out the explanation until it happens? Or this is just knowledge
I
we
would
have
leave it
now?
in.
Okay.
That way our audience is aware. It was done naturally and fluidly. It's a decision that we've made they need to be aware of. We had options. It's the only part of Monster of the Week that I'm not a huge fan of is that the unstable system is kind of unclear. I would rather it be a finite number that you guys can keep track of and go, nope, I'm at a -1. Oh, I got hit again. I'm at a -3. Rather than it being, oh, hey, you've only got 1 health and I've decided I'm going to hit you for it now. I don't mind keeping track of it. It just seems like any time I would hit you with it would be kind of a dick move.
I will say, so just because I just don't like retconning a lot of stuff. Another option for is I heal 2 harm and I stabilize. Would that be fine too?
How
And-
are you at 4 damage?
He's not. The reason this happened is because I gave the creature the tag of dirty.
Which specifically, so would you be fine with healing 2 harm and then stabilizing myself?
What is that?
That is, I haven't even reached my prime. It's the second option.
You still do quite a amount. Once per mystery, you may do one of the following. Okay.
I would just ignore the harm.
Like I said, I just don't like retconning, and I did not have the move in my head, and I would have preferred to, before he said what happened, I would have liked to ignore the harm. I don't want to ignore the harm now having heard the bad thing.
Okay. In old Codger badass fashion, this thing has clawed you. You look down at this wound, presumably arm, leg. Where would you like it to be?
I think it would make sense for me having had the, I'm kind of running with the kid. Maybe I see it and I turn. Maybe it's my back, shoulder kind of area, and I'm protecting this kid somewhere in the back.
You look at Orpheus and you say, hey, I need you to squeeze the wound. Orpheus, is that something you would do, or are you going to make this kid do it?
I would have no issue in doing that. I feel like we've built a rapport.
You instantly grab where that cut is at, and you apply pressure to that wound from both sides, causing blood to flow freely from the wound. That blood is designed, as our bodies work, to remove things, kind of surface issues. By making it bleed, you have negated a toxic infection that could have become a problem later. The instantly healing from it is you're a tough old codger, and yeah, you're going to be fine. It's almost like he squeezes it, and it's like, that one harm I would have took, no.
Yeah, and I just feel like that just makes more sense too for him too than like doing some big dodgy move while I'm holding a kid. Like I feel like it makes more sense for Bernard to just be like, yeah, whatever, man.
And you continue to run. My other 2 characters in the cornfield with my monsters, what are you doing?
I will say I don't think I'm running anymore. If they had us trapped, if he hit me, I think I'm now like trying to keep this kid in between. Maybe I'm trying to put Orpheus in between us now. Like
Okay.
I'm trying to be in the middle.
You're a wall, my friend.
Real quick, guys, the easiest way to keep track of your minuses is on your character sheet on those last 4 boxes, put underneath them just -1, -2, -3, -4, and that way when you mark that, you'll immediately look and know, oh, I got a -1 or I got a -2, something like that. But I am gonna try and find the next one.
Okay. I'm going to give you that you are aware of your situation. If you would like to go try to find the next one and attack it, you can.
Yep.
Give me a roll.
10.
I assume you do 5 damage again?
Correct.
You track down the next one, and you tackle it, you maul it, and it is gone. It also lets out a screech of pain. This one less like a call to arms and more of a warning. The other 2, I think the other 2 stepped out, so you're still looking at 3 or 4 around the other heroes in the situation. Corbin, what would you like to do with one of these 4 things that are around you?
Oh, just hop at it.
Like full-on Matrix-style jump, claws out, and go for it?
Yep.
Give me a roll.
10.
I assume you want to do great harm. What would you like to do?
Just grab it by its giant Pac-Man head and tear the top half of its head off.
Done. The 2 that are encroaching
bitch.
on you 2 that hit you are basically on top of you. They have started trying to claw at the child. You have killed one. They are worried about you. They do not know what Orpheus is as far as where he stands and what's happening. What would you like to do, Orpheus?
I believe you just said I'm a wall, correct?
At the moment, you are acting as defense for Bernard and the child, but that is merely by your presence. What would you like to do?
Groot out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just thorny.
We've been stuck in concrete basements this whole fucking time. You were in your element, my friend, to do some shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna thorny wooden smash, just
Corn whip.
club. Yeah, right to the fucking face.
All right, give me a roll.
Uh, 8+. That should be a hit. That's kick smash, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's your tough.
I think you're
9.
a +1 or a +2.
All right, how
9.
much damage did you do?
3.
You hit this creature, your thorns do damage. I mean, this thing is taking that blunt hit and then getting scratched up by the thorns. It does attempt to get around you. Your attack was not one-on-one facing mano-a-mano. He was trying to get past you. He does manage to hit the child involved. Kid takes his damage. He is pale white. He is terrified. Demons are around him. Presumably, if you have changed a limb, you are a tree person again. And bear in mind, you left your pepper shaker with Izzy in the car. You will not be looking human again until you get back.
Do we still have our radios?
Yes, you do.
I think I would like to stay with the radio, like.
Actually, Sam, he would be entangled by me with my thorny smash.
What does entangled do?
It does 3 damage, but he's entangled.
What's that do?
It
Stops
hinders
him?
him. Yeah, hinders movement.
He doesn't have to move that far. You're already standing next to the kid.
Okay, so he's just kind of reaching out and swiping.
Yep. He was going,
Okay.
trying to get past you. You bring your arm down, and it hits him. The vines ripple around him. He still manages in that fury to hit the kid. He's not dead by
Okay.
any means, but the creature you've hit is not having a great day by any stretch.
Cool.
There is one left that is still standing.
Okay, I was going to tell this kid to cover his ears, but at this point, that's the least of his worries. So I'm going to try to unload both shots into that thing.
All right, do what you do.
That is a 5 plus 3. That's an 8.
3 damage, correct?
-1, so it's 7, actually.
7. All right, you hit it. As it lunges towards you, you shoot it, but it does not knock out of the air like you did last time. You do not land that perfect baseball hit. However, a large white wolf knocks this thing out of the air as it comes at you. It is a move known as Never Again. It allows Troy Walsh to protect somebody as if he automatically successfully rolled a 10. He does damage to this creature, and it dies. He stands up as a man, bow strapped in front of him, looks at you guys and goes, "These are ghasts. We're not on Earth." And at that point, I hate to tell you guys this, but it's the end of this episode. We'll see you in the next one.
Good call.
Be good.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Anarium. And if you did, please go leave us a review and a rating. Whatever app you're on should give you the ability to do so. That's one of the most effective ways to really help us out, let us know what we're doing, and to kind of boost us in algorithms. Word of mouth is still the most effective, though. If you know a friend that you think would be into this, go ahead and tell them. We would certainly not complain about the extra listens. We are also on pretty much every social media you can think of. We have a TikTok. We have all those things. We're trying to be more active on them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let us know what you think. And other than that, we will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, guys. Bye.